Okay, I'm ready. All right. Here we go. All right. Off we go. Over here. My really cold room. Okay, we're going to do a little bait painting. We gotta paint baits. Hope you guys seen some of my latest videos. Been releasing a lot of videos this last week, including some embarrassing footage. Alright. Let's turn this down. Make sure, yep, got sound. And here, and oh, Leon's on. There we go. And more bait painting. Huh. There it is. That's me. Alright, let's get that up there so I can read what you guys are saying. Put that stencil here. Oh, we need blue tape. There we go, blue tape. Oh yeah. So, anyway, that new reel's pretty cool. Gotta get used to it though. Burned up some pretty good line on that test. Just burned it up. Alright, let's see what we got in here. We want... Let's do some jerk baits. Nice, big, you guys can see. Alright, these are nice jerk baits. Good rattles in them. And I think, yeah, they're already taped off. We got clear wrap on them, so I'll tape it off. Which is so handy. Alright, let's get these up here on the clips. Do 6 of them. These clips are kind of funky. A little funky. And we'll have to pinch it. Yeah, that's what I do. These clips are... I gotta get some new clips on this stand. Slide that on there. If we can. Again. There we go. Nice and tight. That's what I want. That clip. Alligator clip. Okie dokie. How'd you get down there? Sometimes these fish just jump. So anyway, that's my son is the narrator of that one video. So, Randy, doesn't it sound like a son would say? Yeah. Alright. We are good. Bam. Make sure I'm still on. Alright. Now we go for some paint schemes. How much silver I got? Not much. Not for all these. Think, Mike, think. Too dark. Too dark. Alright, I'm thinking, think. We're going to go with a white base. because I want to get these. Nice thing about jerkbaits, we want sort of that the brightness of a shad through the water. So it's kind of what we want to do. So let me get my get those. Clean this out. There we go. Yeah. I didn't clean it out very good last time, guys. Well, this time, no big deal. Got a little bit of paint on there. I got these little bottle brushes. They're really nice. Tiny little bottle brushes. Clean it all out. Where's my little wrench? There it is. My little wrench. Take the tip off. Clean that out too. And the tip. Oh yeah, nice. Nice, and it popped right out. Whatever it was. Let's clean it. And we'll be good. Alright. Life is back to normal. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with sort of a... I have an idea. I got an idea. You always start with an idea. The base is easy. You're going to choose whether you want to go with the color shift or metallics. And then you just pick your base. Black for those, white for the others. White requires a little bit more skill. So, color shifting doesn't require as much skill, although it's more expensive. Hey. Very nice. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Alright. White. Where's my white? There's my white. Shake it up. And then we're going to get a little bit of this. Put some of the reducer in there. Put that over there for next time. And stick some white in here. Oh, it's a brand new bottle. Sure enough. Brand new bottle. You go through a lot of base. You just go through a lot of base. Ah, I over squirted. Didn't get any on my pants, so that's good. They're just jeans. Wash my hands. Wash my hands. Alright. Mix. Prime. And paint. I want you guys to know too. I talked to Cajun Fishing today. They're the ones that make almost all those rods up there. And they're actually making me a rod. Something they don't have in stock, something that's only special orders. And it's an amazing thing. There's really... Oh, shoot. Turned it upside down. Can't do that without a cap on this thing. It's okay to lose white paint. Base paints I got plenty of. Not so expensive. And I mean, just go with the good companies. I don't care how, if there's a technical difference on things, I would rather learn a new skill and use a good company than try to take a shortcut with a bad company. You know? Cajun rods, probably the best rod company you could invest in. I would definitely, you guys know, I bought half a dozen of their rods. So, I mean, how often do you buy half a dozen of any one company's rods? Not me, not too often. But, they're worth it. We got a great special going on right now, 20% off, free shirt, free shipping. I mean, really can't go wrong. Plus, they're a fantastic rod, and they stand behind their rods. Unlike even, I was looking at an old 18. They stand behind their rods for a year. Cajun, a lifetime. And I just plus you gotta spend like a ton of money in shipping on these other companies. I think Cajun's shipping's $25 if you for the rod replacement. And they really don't give you a hard time. They don't give you a hard time, I'll just say that. I mean, there was one time where you guys might remember where I was being nice and the person I was being nice to broke one of my rods. Now, if I wasn't an honest man, could have just called Cajun and said, look, your rod broke. Don't know how, blah, 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 blah. And just sort of BS my way through it. And they would have given me another one. They would have, no doubt in my mind. But I was honest. Thus, I purchased one rod more than what I owned because I was honest. I paid for that other rod, even though that guy didn't say sorry. You just don't forget stuff like that. You know, you just don't forget stuff like that. Maybe one day they'll let me be a pro for them. I don't know what that means. I've actually had sponsors before, and it didn't work out too good. Alright, so this is yellow. That's yellow. I want to go pearl. Pearl, good. That's what I want to go. Okay, we could do bone. Love pearl though, it's so pretty. Bone works really good though. We're going to go with bone. Because bone works really good in the water. Sort of a off-white, you know. Works really good in the water. This is really thin stuff, so I don't have to use hardly any reuse or anything. This is a paint that is made by the guy I buy all the baits from, James, and he makes this. It's called Lure Build. His name, I got his name. I got his company all over the place here. It's one of the only stickers I got on my new computer. So, it's awesome. James is a good guy too. Really good guy. And he's a very good bait painter. Whoops on my ability. Whoops on my ability. I need to sort of tilt that up a bit. Let's get that up a bit. There we go. So, I just go over with a little shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. There you go. You see? It's about 45. It's got 5 stair steps, American Standing, Twisted by Steppenwolf. I heard it through the grapevine with Marvin Gaye. One Took Over the Line. What else I got up here? Sunday We'll Be Together, Diana Ross, Joe Cocker. Up here, Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock 45. Yeah, that's a pretty nice 45 up there. Good old stuff. Hey, fishing and fun. Just gonna watch your house. Yeah, you can hear my boy in the background in the latest one. Yeah, leave it up to your son to give you, colorful commentary. Yeah. Hey, Jay. I'm doing good. I just got, throughout this slow part of the season, I mean, you guys saw this new reel I got, right? This thing's half the weight of my Shimano. And it's a fraction of the price. So I took it out yesterday. You can see the outtakes. I just went out there and whipped it right at the start. I forgot to set anything on it. It just, you'll see scissors in my pocket. And I had to cut it all out. So I had to order a new line. And so I tightened it up. I made a couple really good casts, and then I loosened it up a little bit too much. And that's when I lost the third bait. So I'm probably the only guy on the street with baits up in the trees behind his house. That's probably the only guy with baits in the trees, because the lake is, quarter mile that way. But it really did cast really well. Hey, Kayak. How are you, buddy? Yeah, check out my latest videos. You'll get a kick out of them. They're only a minute or 3 minutes long. You'll see me throwing baits in the trees and in the back alley behind my house. This is an amazingly light, really fast. So this company, Cajun. Cajun is making me an ultralight. which, so I mean, you don't know until you ask, right? But they do it. So we'll see. I mean, I used that rod yesterday. I used that rod yesterday, and it worked really well. Obviously, too good. I mean, cast at 16th lure, 60 feet. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, my lungs are still killing me, but I'm going through all the therapies and blah 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 blah. But we'll get it all done. All right, I need to get a diffuser. If I got a diffuser on that thing, that's what I should do. Put a diffuser on that air dryer. That'll widen it out a little bit. So, but anyway, I got this edge rod right here, from Barry Loomis. Really nice rod, right? Not a good company when it comes to customer service. They're struggling to meet their needs. Great rod. Now, they make their own blanks, and so does Cajun. Cajun makes their own blanks. And so you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my 5th one? 3, 4. No. Okay, that's it. That's what I got in Cajun right now. And but they make their own blanks. They're rolled carbon fiber, and just a really good company. Can't get better than them. And this rod right now is only $120 with a free shirt and free shipping. That's a really good deal. Really good deal. I mean, for an American-made rod, really good deal. So I would tell you all, if you've never bought a Cajun rod, if you want to go with a light rod, their triggers are fantastic. Really good rod. I mean, that's why I've got 3 of them, that's why I bought. Actually, I bought 5. That's sick, huh? Yeah. That is crazy. So I'm obviously a fan of Cajun. Mike, could you show Kayak Angler UK some of your baits that you make? Oh, yeah. These are the ones we painted the other day. They're not done, obviously, but it's a color shifting, small ultralight jerk bait. I'm a big topwater fan. So, but this time of year, really no need for topwater baits over here in Oregon. Water's freezing up. So I'm just painting for the spring right now. So here's a Whopper Plopper. It's a blueback. Really nice. So a little bleeding shad action on it. And then I love wake baits. I'm a big wake bait fan. I really am. Wake baits are easy to use and the fish jump on them. So here's the one with a bone. We're going to do these a lot like this one. These jerk baits right here. So this is a bone, and with sort of a rosy cheeks. He's blushing. My blushing bone. We could call it my blushing bone. Jokes in there somewhere. And this one's the color shifting one with the white belly. A little bit of yellow on the front of it. So really, really nice color shift to it. White belly, a little bit of yellow up front to give it a little bit more reflection. And then I use a PPG pigment, color shifting pigment in my clear coat. And so as you see this, you might see it sparkle a bit. And those sparkles actually change colors. And it sort of gives sort of a realistic, sort of a scale reflection to the bait itself. So, but yeah, I'll have about I'll put together about my initial order, about 100 baits for the spring. And so I've got all winter to paint my baits. So that'll be good. And then I started, which you guys haven't seen me do yet. I live in trout country. Thanks, Kayak. Yeah. These are just spinners, with inline spinners. And so what I started to do is started making trout spinners. Trout spinners are also great for everything. I mean, an inline spinner will work for every fish. It's one of the most reliable baits to catch fish with. Really nice. I use really sharp hooks. I use really sharp hooks. I do not go cheap on hooks. So there are hooks that I'll pay $7 for. I put those on my $50 baits. They're 7.5-inch wake baits, and those hooks are Gamakatsus. They're really sharp hooks. All right, we are done with drying the base. Let's see what we got here. Wow, it's amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. I mean, when you make these, small baits take the longest. I'll just tell you that, because it's such a small little canvas, So the eyes, when I glue the eyes on, when I do hand painting like I did with that bleeding shad, and I'll do that with these. And then when I put the clear coat on them, I hand paint my two-part epoxy clear coat on all these. And then you got to put a really nice split ring and really good hooks on all these. And small split rings are really hard to put on. Because they're little. They're just little. Big split rings, piece of cake. Anybody can put you can put a big split ring on with your fingernails, but little guys are hard. So you'd think I would charge more for little ones, but nobody will pay more for a little one, because size dictates price. Little is harder. It just is. Put a little bit of reducer in this, and then we'll put the bone on here. Bone is a great color to fish with. I don't know, it's the off-white of it, that gives it more subtlety, but the fish love it. We put a little bit of red on there, maybe a black spot for a false eye onto the side of it, in order for it to get a little bit more hits. So let's paint these guys. It looks really messy. It's organized. It's an organized chaos. We just put this on just like that. And we just put thin layers on, and we go back over it in order to darken it up a little bit. And see, I'm not even paying attention. Maybe I should put a lid on this thing, because I'm just flipping my stupid airbrush all over the place. Alright. So that's the first layer on those. We'll put those in front of the hairdryer. Very important. It's high tech. High tech here. Hairdryers are high tech. Ask any woman. Although my daughter just bought this really huge, massive diffuser. I think it doubles as a is a satellite dish. I don't know, but it's really big. But now it's giving me ideas I should put a diffuser on mine, so it will have a wider spread. So when I'm doing 6 or a dozen baits, your base has a lot to do with the color of your end result. Like I said, I use black bases. You have to use a black base for color shifting paints. You just gotta. They don't work otherwise. So now we just got those in there right there. We'll let them dry for a few minutes, and then we'll put another layer on it, and we'll get that really good bone color on it. So that'll be really good for it. And then we're going to take, what is this? This is my red. Really don't need to put really high, that type of quality of red on it when we're doing it by hand. I think I've got some regular red someplace. That's gorgeous. It's a pretty color. Now the neat thing too is putting a transparent yellow on it. We'll do that too, because I love using a transparent yellow as sort of a highlight to the lure itself. So I always have a lot of transparent yellow, because I use a lot of transparent yellow. So that's transparent white. I want transparent yellow. Here's a new bottle. I have another bottle probably. Oh, there it is. I always have extra transparent yellows. So we're just going to keep this shaking. We're going to put another layer of bone on it. So when a person buys my baits, they probably don't, unless they come to my channel and they do what you guys are doing, you're watching me bait them. They don't quite appreciate the work, the layers, the time. It takes 4 to 5 days to make a bait, because you got to let it cure. You got to put your eyes on, glue them, and let that cure. Then you got your the clear coat, and that has to cure for at least 2 days. Then you put your hardware on, and then there's another day still of curing that clear coat before you start packaging it and getting ready for delivery. And so a lot of people, they don't, they just see a bait. They just see that. And they don't realize that it just takes a while. It just does. Ooh, that would be good on it too. Pearl magenta. I love magenta. My lake, that's a good color. In the lake I fish at, over here called Lake of the Woods. Lake of the Woods, for some reason, magenta and lavenders in that lake kick it. They just kick it. And people look at it on the wall at the marina. My baits go, why? Is that a girl's bait? Because it sort of looks pinkish. And I go, no. I go, but that is made from men. No offense to girls, but there's not too many women that fish. I love it when I run across a female fisher person. I really do. I always give them a bait too, because I just think it's great that they're out there. Probably think I'm flirting with them, but I'm not. I'm just admiring the fact that they've chosen this sport to dive into. So, alright, so what do we got? So, whenever you're painting a bait, always go with the lightest colors and work your way up into the darker colors. So, this actually will be the last color that we put on here. So, we're going to put more bone on there. Then we're going to graduate to the yellow. Now the yellow, I'm going to put more on the side and back of it, upper half of it, and leaving the belly bone. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the magenta and sort of do what I did with that other one that you saw. We're going to use this to sort of rose up the cheeks a little bit and under the chin. We're going to rose it up a little bit with this magenta. And that color shift from the yellow to the bone to the magenta will get hits. One thing about a jerkbaits is one of the most reliable baits to catch a fish with. It's like a spinner. I mean, you just gotta, this is basically a jerkbait right here. This little guy is just a smaller jerkbait that I'm going to throw with my ultralights, my BFS stuff. So, really, really fun. Oh, and check out my book. Hit the link below. Check out my book. You'll be able to read at least the first few pages of it on the sample. See what you think. Fun little story about me being a kid and why I love fishing so much. So, the book will give you full understandable, knowledge of what makes a good rod good, what makes a good reel good, how to tie a simple knot like a Palomar knot or improved cinch, stuff like that. And then reading the bottom of the lake, temperature of water is very important. And then I probably scare you on the ice fishing chapter. You probably will never go ice fishing after that because I really want people to be safe out there. I mean, you guys know I almost lost my life last year with hypothermia in the water, so it was really close. 10 more minutes in the water, I would have been dead. And I really didn't think I was going to make it. You guys watched the live when I flipped my kayak and all of a sudden, it ceased to exist. At that point, I was fighting for my life. And it was close. Really, really close. Okay, we got most of these dry enough to put more paint on it. Alright, let's get these. Don't spill, Mike. Don't spill. It's real important. I want the bellies nice and bone color. Because remember, we're going to put a transparent yellow up on the upper half of this. So, really don't need the back as bony as the bottom half of it. This one is really cool. These catch fish. Well, I say that every time I paint bait. If you've ever watched me paint baits, you're going to see me say the same thing every time. This is gonna catch fish. I'm usually right. Usually right. It really has a lot to do with your technique too. You can't just buy a bait like a lot of these companies claim. Throw it in the water and you catch a fish. Alright? It's just not the way it works. Every bait has a personality and has a method in the way it wants to be fished with. When I teach fishing, first thing I tell people, first thing I tell people is just do a short cast in front of you and watch the bait in the water as you retrieve it in. And just watch it and see what it wants to do on a straight retrieve. Then go ahead and play with it a little bit. Do little tuggings, jerking it, and see what it does. This way you have a full understanding of what that bait wants to do, when you're doing something with it, when you can't see it. Because when you toss it out there 70 feet, you have no idea what that thing is doing if you haven't analyzed it first. And so with all the baits, if you're unfamiliar with a bait, you gotta get familiar with it. So tossing it out short, playing with it in the water, watching it, doing a little tug, 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 straight retrieve, different speeds. Baits react totally different at different speeds. So some of my baits are you have to reel it in so slow it hurts you. And most people, they'll just do this. They'll just reel it in. And that thing's it's just doing terrible things. But if you do this, really, really slow, that bait is reacting exactly the way that bait was designed to do. Some baits are fast retrieve, some aren't. These are jerk baits, so they're designed to stop, start, pull, pull, stop, start, pull, pull, and they change directions, and that rattling them is really going nuts. So, understanding a bait is very, 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 very important. And people just they don't take the 2 minutes it takes. They just buy a bait, the package says, you're going to catch a bait. And they just toss it out there and they don't catch them. So when I'm at the lake, I am actually teaching people how to understand their bait. And once they understand the bait and what the fish wants to see, it's all presentation. Then you start catching fish. And it's not just by accident, it's by design. And that's real important. So we all can catch a fish by accident. All of us can. But if you're doing it by design, you catch a lot of fish. And you feel more satisfied because you outsmarted the fish. It's not just an accident. So we're going to get some more reducer here. This paint, we need to reduce it a bit. Alright. And this is my yellow paint. Transparent yellow. Now it's weird, huh? Why would you put transparent paint on something? Well, because you sort of want to tint it. So this bone is going to be tinted into a yellow up onto the upper half. So that's what you want to do. That's what you want. It's not a hard line. It's just, it's more like it's a tint. Is what it is. It's a tint. It's the best way I can explain it. Alright, off to it. So now we're just going to work on the upper half of these. It wasn't completely dry, but that's alright. We can fix that. As you can see, the bone, and then as it goes into that transparent yellow, I think we're going to have to wait another minute or two on some of these because they're just not finger dry yet. That one looks pretty good. Might be ready. You're not going to put a lot of paint on here. So you're just pulling that trigger back just a little bit. Ah, that's beautiful. Look at that, guys. I don't know if you guys can really see that in the cameras, but it really is very pretty. Wait till I put the magenta on. It's got to dry a little bit. This has got some imperfections here somewhere. keep working on that drawing aspect. These are done, at least for those colors. So we want to get that dry, get that one dry. And that's one of the things about hand painting baits is that, you know, you could see it. I relied on machines, and I guess you could call it quality control. Better quality control when something is hand painted. So it's these are going to be really bright through the water, really flash it. We're going to add that magenta on the front, and then what we're going to do, we're going to add what we call a false eye, which is a dot, nice round dot by the gills on each side of the bait. And strangely enough, false eye baits actually, I mean, they're kind of want a pattern on it with a false eye or stripes or something like that, really get the bait to set itself apart a little bit in the water. So that's what you want. It's just stuff. I do send to the UK. A lot of my mates over there have my baits. Definitely. All right, let's get these two. This one still looks pretty good. I'm just going to hold you. Alligator clip is not the strongest. There's an older clamp. Get back to this other one. It just didn't turn out very as good as the rest of them, but it looks good now. Really good looking. So now you go back and you look to see. As they're drying, you can see if the paint was even or not. I'll tell you, if you do order from me in the UK, make sure you order several baits because it's expensive. I always, give you a nice little surprise too, because if you got to pay that much for shipping, you got to make it worth your while. So, who was it? It was Leo. Leo won that contest, right? And I sent him all sorts of baits. Gotta take care of the young fishermen, Rich and Leo. But you guys bass fish in the ocean. That is a different fish than our freshwater bass. So, I don't know if you're talking about your ocean bass or freshwater bass. So, I don't know. But, fish are inherent. Some fish are just stupid. They'll hit anything. Like trout. Trout are stupid. They'll hit anything. Bass, they're smart. Bass are smart fish. That's why I like the challenge. That's why you see all these rods up here. A bass rod is that one. You can do everything with it. I mean a trout rod. If I just wanted to catch trout, I just go with a light tackle rod, a 2000 reel, spinning reel. Be done with it. I mean, a bass. Bass are smart. Just the way they are. Make trout look dumb. This out. On that noodle again. I'm going to switch this up to magenta in a moment. And put full size after that. Got a clog in it. It's a little clogged up. There it goes. Gotta work it out. Maybe we'll do something for project for my friends back in the UK. Yeah, we'll have to tear this apart again. So, clog is not coming out very well, so get these out. Really dainty. I gotta hold it a little farther back even with my glasses on to see. So clean this out again. Put the tip back on. Now airbrushes come with several tips. You know, you got big, medium, and small, fine, blah blah blah. And depending on the paint that you paint with, you got to choose the right tip. Now, sort of a medium guy for the most part, unless I'm doing metallics, and I have to go with a larger tip. Metallics just have larger pigmentation in it. There we go. Nice and fluid. I use a Pache. I learned airbrushing on a Pache, so I'm just stuck with the brand. I like Pache. It's a good brand. Alright, so those are pretty dry, so we're going to now add the magenta, which really will make these things pop. This magenta is a metallic. It's a pearl. So, but we're sort of giving it sort of a rosiness to the front of them. I'm going to use a ton of it. We're not making it too opaque. And we'll purge it. Prime it. There we go. So now, we're going to put just a little bit on the front. That one didn't turn out good. Sometimes imperfections, those are mine. I put those in my tackle box. That's alright. We'll let that dry. We'll put some more on there. You see, we just want to sort of rosy it up a little bit. That's what we want to do. Just rosy it up a bit. When we hold it farther away from it, we're going to get more of that spray on it. And we'll let those dry for a sec. We'll put another coat on it, because there's some of them that I need to do a slightly better job on it. So. But you would think, slight variation of color is enough for a fish to get attracted to it. The thing is about bass fishing is that if they've seen it before, they know their little warning system goes up. So you always try to present them with something they've never seen before. And that is what we try to do in order to catch more fish, more bass. It is amazing how fast they learn. It really is phenomenal. Especially the big ones. The old ones, they're the wisest. The little guys, they'll hit anything. You can see, sorry. You can see how this is coming out. So, really, these look really good. Let's dry them up a little bit more, and we'll see. As they dry, they will change. And that's when you just keep going over it until you get what you want with it. Now, by me spraying forward on it, behind the gills stays white. So there's a natural line that's happening right behind the gills by me spraying at a certain angle, because these are textured. So you can get a pattern by the way you paint the angle of the airbrush. Is anybody watching me? Probably not. I don't know anybody's watching me anymore. So, give me nobody to talk to. And we got some black here. I'm going to take this is just an artist brush that I cut flat. And so what we do is we just take this, we dab it, and we pop on a black dot on each one of these, both sides by the gills, for our false eye. Again, the false eye allows more hits, because the fish looks like it's swimming straight to them. I'm just going that way. At least that's what I've read. So it's more of a reaction. Well, it's much more of a reaction strike. Man, those are gorgeous. They really are beautiful, beautiful baits. But I say that every time I paint a bait. See how that's coming about? So pretty. Let's see if I can turn off this light. Maybe you can up in there. Oh yeah, that's better, I think. So you can see how these jerk baits are coming out. So really, really pretty. You'd be shocked. You really would. I mean, I know we've got a little bit more in this. Just let those dry a little bit more, and then we'll put a little bit more on them. There's one or two here that could use a little bit more. This one right here. But it's actually really cool. But understand, the more I fish, the more you understand a fish. You understand what they like, more what they don't like about what you're presenting to them, and then how to present it to them. So there's a really good video on the Not Anymore series on my playlist called Presentation, and you'll see me switch up presentation, and without editing, you'll catch a nice bass, a largemouth. You can see how those lines behind the gill? You know, that nice sharp line behind the gill is really nice to have. Again, it gives a little bit more texture to the fish, to the bait. Just enough to get the attention of Mama or Papa. Just there you go. And that's done with all the magentas. Get these dry. I think that's all magenta. Good. But you can see, I mean, nice variation, nice white belly to it. Now we're going to add that full side to it. That's hand painted with that artist brush. I use super glue to glue on all my eyes, so never rely on. I mean, even though you're epoxying over it, I hate it when eyes fall off of baits. I really do. Just looks stupid. Alright. Let's shake up the black. But yeah, these are what they're looking like. So, pretty cool, huh? Nice little stuff. See, oh, there. Alright. There you go. Trying to get. Hey, it looks terrible on my desk. Not that bad. Oh well. There's some webs over there. I am in a basement, alright? I'm in a basement. It's really cold down here too. I'm in a basement. In a basement. My basement. And it's cold in basements when there's snow outside. Alright, so now we're just going to take this, put a dot right behind the gill there. You know it's really good to use, although I don't have one right here, is Q-tips. Q-tips work really good for a perfect little dot. Right underneath that gill. And that, is a false eye right there. You make it look too perfect. People don't think I did it by hand. Very important that people see the artist's stroke. Yeah? I think it's kind of neat to see somebody's the brush stroke of a piece of art. Yeah, I used to go to museums all the time. You can look at a Renoir or a Degas. Some of the masters, you just see Da Vinci's my favorite. True Renaissance man. True Renaissance man. Smartest man of his time. One of my dreams to have Da Vinci and Alexander Graham Bell at the same table with me. And all I'll do is sit there and listen to the brightest men of their generation. Uh-oh. No, it wasn't dry. I touched it. It's alright. We'll need some more magenta on it. Definitely get more magenta on that. That's not good. Magenta, way more magenta. A little touch up on this one. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. They are pretty cool looking. I mean, look at that. That is actually really cool looking. So turn that light off. See if you can see that a little bit better. And so I'm going to do a little touch up on this one. Because I touched it inappropriately. Mistimed it, I guess. And I'm just going to a little bit more touch up on this one. It is fun watching baits made. I mean, the first time I watched a guy, I was like, yeah, that'd be so much fun to do. And I started doing it. Although when Kathy and I, when we first got married, I was an airbrush artist. Oh yeah, that looks much better. had my fingerprint on it. Now it's gone. You know, that's my signature fingerprints. Put your fingerprint on it, Mike. It is fun watching it. And then if I do a bait for you, like I did with some of the guys that you know, probably, you know, they watch me paint their baits. Leo, from Rich and Leo, Leo's his boy, he won a contest, and basically he got to make the design. So with crayons, he drew a fish and with all the colors that he wanted on it, exactly the way he wanted it. So the challenge was, can I do it? And I painted his bait, and it turned out exactly like his picture. So I sent it to him with a bunch of other stuff because, I mean, it's going to England. You just gotta. I mean, little guy won a prize, so you just gotta make sure he opens the box with lots of cool stuff. I think I'm gonna give him some of my books. I write books, and obviously my new one, and I'm fishing, but I gave him my science fiction series, and I hope he liked it. I don't know. I don't think I ever heard if Leo actually read them. They're age appropriate. But yeah, it's man, that's going to catch a lot of fish. It really is. It's going to catch a lot of fish. It's a beautiful, beautiful bait. But I say that every time, right? Every time. So you go through a lot of paper clips and stuff like that. So we hang them up on here to dry behind me. Stick that paper clip through its tail, and then we hang them up here to dry. Here, when I get enough of them, I'll usually when I get like 12, 15 of them, I'll go ahead and mix my epoxy and clear coat it. So, because you know, I don't want to waste epoxy. No reason to. I mean, these things aren't going to be sold until spring anyway, so more than likely. So, very cool. Thank you, buddy. I really do appreciate it. I love it when people appreciate what I do, just like any of us. Just like any of us. I mean, we want an attaboy from our bosses every once in a while, whether they want to give it to us or not. It's still nice to have. And we put beautiful, when the eyes go on it, these things really come alive. So tomorrow we'll probably put the eyes on it. And that really brings these things, gives it a lot of life. So when that happens, that's fun. And then those colors on it are amazing when you put the epoxy on it. I mean, you think they look good now? Wait till you get the eyes and the epoxy on it. They're just killer. It's just this color shift is amazing. When that epoxy gets on it. So, but yeah, check out, you know, this crazy reel I bought, and this thing is amazingly light. It's almost like it's made out of paper, but it's a carbon body, some kind of carbon composite body to it. I mean, this spool is the lightest spool I've ever owned. It's half the weight of my Shimano Curado BFS. So half the weight. It's amazing. But thanks for stopping in. And I do not have a Facebook page anymore. I took it down. Kind of got hacked. And so I'm thinking about doing another Facebook page just for Terrible at Fishing. So I will. I'm thinking about it. Just, But yeah, I had to remove my Facebook page. So, which lost it, about 3,000, 4,000 people. So, oh well. We'll get it. We have a problem. I'm thinking about it. I'm just thinking about it. I don't know. But yeah, it's just keep an eye out on this. This is my only social media right now is YouTube. So I know a lot of us talked over on Facebook. I did a lot of marketing on Facebook. Just twice in my life I had to remove my Facebook page, my Facebook account, because of stupidity. I might just do it again. I don't know. But I 2 times I had to remove my Facebook account. So, oh well, what can you do? What can you do? So anyway, I'm going to log off, and I want to thank you guys for jumping in. Hit thumbs up. Check out my other videos. I've been posting a lot of videos lately, and check out. Go to Amazon and check out my new book. You can read the first few pages anyway. And it's a really good book. How cool of a gift is it to give it to somebody who says, the Terrible at Fishing guide? It's perfect. It's a great gag gift, too. I know. I actually wrote a gag gift. Take care, everybody. We'll see you guys. Oh. Let's end it with a Maddie and Tay outro. I love Maddie and Tay. They're my favorite.